Hi everyone, today we have the book Little Miss Magic. Early one Monday morning in summer, Little Miss Magic awoke in the bedroom of Abracadabra Cottage, which was where she lived. She yawned a yawn, and she got out of bed. She went to the bathroom to clean her teeth. Squeeze! She said to the tube of toothpaste. And guess what? The tube of toothpaste jumped up and squeezed itself onto Little Miss Magic's toothbrush. Honestly, wow. Little Miss Magic isn't called Little Miss Magic for nothing. When she tells something to do something, it really does it. She went downstairs to the kitchen. Boil, she said to the kettle, and it did. Toast, she said to the toaster. Spread, she said to a knife, and the knife jumped up and spread some butter on the toast. Pour, she said to the coffee pot, and she sat down to enjoy her breakfast. Don't you wish you could make things do things like that? Yes, absolutely. I'm a very lazy person, and I would like to be like just her. She was enjoying a second cup of coffee when there was a knock at the kitchen door. Open, she said to the door, and as it did, there stood Mr. Happy, looking exactly the opposite of happy. You don't look your usual self, remarked Little Miss Magic. What's the matter? What's wrong? Everything. Come in and tell me about it, she said. Have a cup of coffee. Pour, she said to the coffee pot. Now, what is it? Said Little Miss Magic. It's Mr. Tickle. He's become absolutely impossible. Well, what do you mean by that? Asked Little Miss Magic. Well, he used to go around tickling people every now and then, right? But now he's going around tickling people all of the time. That can be a little bit annoying, no? Little Miss Magic looked at him. It can't be that bad, she said. It's worse, said Mr. Happy unhappily. Cheer up, she grinned. Come on. And off they set from Abracadabra Cottage. After you, said Little Miss Magic to Mr. Happy. Close, she said to the door, and the door closed. Mr. Tickle was in full cry. What a Monday morning he was having. He tickled Mr. Mean until he moaned, and little Mr. Greedy until he groaned, and little Miss Sunshine until he shivered, and Mr. Quiet until he quivered, and little Miss Plump until she pleaded, and little Miss Shy until she sobbed. Not to mention the postman, a policeman, the doctor, 3 dogs, 2 cats, and a worm. Wow, that's a lot to tickle in one morning. Aha! cried Mr. Tickle as he spied Little Miss Magic and Mr. Happy. Anyone for tickles? And he rushed up to them, reaching out those extraordinarily long arms of his, with those particularly ticklish fingers on the ends of them. Little Miss Magic looked at Mr. Happy. I see what you mean, and winked. Do other people like Mr. Tickle tickling other people so much? No, not really, right? A little bit is okay, but all of the time? No, thank you. She pointed at Mr. Tickle's extraordinarily long arms. She said, Shrink! And then she pointed at the other arm and said again, Shrink! And as you remember, when Little Miss Magic tells something to do something, it really does it. Look! Mr. Tickle's arms were suddenly not extraordinarily long anymore. They were extraordinarily ordinary. That's not fair! You've spoiled my fun! Now, Mr. Tickle was not happy about it. Mr. Happy said, It might have been fun for you, but it wasn't fun for other people. Come and see me tomorrow, said Little Miss Magic to Mr. Tickle. There. Happy now? Mr. Happy smiled, the big famous smile of his, I'll say. Come on, I'll buy you lunch. And off they went to his favorite restaurant, Smiler's. On Tuesday, Mr. Tickle went around to Abracadabra Cottage. He knocked at the front door. Open, said a voice inside. Who said it? Of course, Little Miss Magic. Oh, hello, smiled Little Miss Magic as the door opened itself and she saw who was standing there. Oh, come in, Mr. Tickle. Well, she said to Little Miss Magic, I expect you'd like me to make your arms long again? Oh, yes, please, I'd very much like that. Very well. Mr. Tickle's face lit up. Really? On one condition, Little Miss Magic said. His face fell. One condition? What could it be? You were only allowed how many tickle a day? 1 tickle a day. Mr. Tickle was surprised. 1 tickle a day? That's not much. That's too little. Promise, said Little Miss Magic. And so Mr. Tickle sighed. Okay, I'll promise, he said. Grow, said Little Miss Magic, and both Mr. Tickle's arms grew back to the original long length. Now don't forget, 1 tickle a day, she reminded him. Or else, she added. Mr. Tickle went out through the door. Goodbye, Little Miss Magic said to him. Shut, she said to the door. Mr. Tickle stood outside Little Miss Magic's cottage. Ah, well, 1 tickle a day is definitely better than no tickles a day. It was then that he saw one of the downstairs windows of Abracadabra Cottage was open. 1 tickle a day. And a small smile came to his face. 1 tickle a day. Who do you think he's going to tickle? Of course, Little Miss Magic. And on that Tuesday morning, as one of those extraordinarily long arms reached in through the open window of Abracadabra Cottage, the small smile on the face of Mr. Tickle turned into a giant big grin. 1 tickle a day, he thought. Thank you, Little Miss Magic, for teaching Mr. Tickle that we can't tickle people too much. All right, that's it for today. Bye.